Was leaking. They got it leaking and probably signed a fucked up contract because they not buddies no more. And Mace is saying the shit, and Mace is a preacher down here, but you know, he must have paid them to screw up the internet because I remember the way you used to love me. See, Maze was caught down now by the varsity, goddammit, in his gray, I think it was a silver, goddammit, Rolls Royce, picking up a tranny down there, getting some booty and head. See, and I don't know what happened, but the police, I don't know if he wrecked the car because he was chasing the tranny so bad, trying to get up with the tranny. Tranny must have looked it good to him, goddammit, and hit somebody. And I think he had the tranny in the car, baby, because y'all can see if y'all can find it for me. If he had it all scrubbed, he was in that Rolls Royce, and they had to call the police in a tow truck because it was an accident. And I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember. I think he didn't get out, but they was photographed and they identified the car and said it was him. He had a coat, a blanket, or something over his head because they towed the car away with him in it because he didn't want to get out once the media got a hold to it, and they was down there recording, taking pictures. It was on the news. Mace, they said, is a tranny chaser down here. And that was after he was a preacher and married to a pretty wife. But see, we know that ain't real. Most of them mega preachers is like that on the low because they get in the freak off to get them mega church and all the mega millions of dollars. So, clearly his daddy, those two girls, honey, they was sucking dicks and bumping, clits or bumping each other in the motherfucking ad. Because where did you get that happen from? After you left him and said you done gave your life to the Lord and you like trained under a style like Creflo Dollars, that your new daddy, dad, you see what I'm saying? Because you must be more discreet with it now, but to me, once always, you left Bad Boy, and now we know for a fact. I mean, we've been hearing the rumors, and now it's come out that people telling men and women that's what Puppet known for. And you leave him, and you is still saying the name of the Lord. You around him down here in Atlanta. We know that's what going on down here. Said that you chasing trannies downtown, huh? But see, he don't address that shit right there. You the best, Dada. Yeah. Yep. See, it's really disturbing to me because like the mama does not have any boundaries, okay? She might be kind of on a pedophile wavelength here, or open him up for grown people to mess with him when he a little boy, because to her, that's a part of the indoctrination. This is what we do. And the mama groomed him, and like the mama gave him the game. The most powerful pimp he had teaching him and around him was first his mother. And I'm telling you, the mama called the daddy on the goddamn main line. Like they said, Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. See, they can call the daddy like they called Jesus, goddamn, in their prayer room with their prayer cloth. The daddy shows because he is possessed. He's demonic as hell. He have several demons. Oh Lord, Clive Davis just jumped in my mind, and Andre Harrell, like the older man, the producer, look like both of them also full of demons. Andre Harrell, as the daddy name, Andre Harrell for real. That was over one of the record labels that Diddy worked for, and Clive Davis. Then Diddy work for Clive Davis and Andre. Both of them assisted. See, and they turned him out. He had to do. See, Puffy got that mouth, right? What that mouth do? His mouth kind of shaped like between a barracuda, a hyena, and a dick sucker. See, the way his teeth is buck in the front. Now that money he got, I guess he ain't want to get no braces and then get a goddamn retainer because he looks like he nibbles on a dick like a rat. Rat dude cheese. Hey, we want some pussy. You see what I'm saying? Them two front teeth is like they made for head. And you know he kind of shaped up like a rat by the mouth. So he know how to nibble on a mushroom tip with smother mushroom tip with gravy and pork chop on it. You see what I'm saying? See, I wish I could see some of them tape because the nigga could teach me something. You see what I'm saying about how to handle a nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because like his way his mouth primped up and he had that damn lip gloss around his mouth. I'm saying see somebody said show lives. You see what I'm saying? Or like he let them niggas know. You know, like Two Live Crew, tell me, hey, we want some scratch 'em. Because you see what I'm saying? Like he know. Like he's a professional, goddamn it. I mean, and his mama sits up there and cheer that shit on. She rather him be with some niggas and be in love with some niggas than be in love with a main bitch and marry her and then, you know, really be committed to his woman. That because the mama don't want that. And the mama ain't gonna have that. They get around that arguing like two damn sisters. Him and his mom, they get to arguing. She cussing him. He got them at cussing her. What, slap her motherfucking ass. And you know what? I'm willing to be wrong about this. But look like the mama tells him to slap her ass around because that's Papa about. You see what I'm saying? That's his daddy. Yeah, do it. Hit me, motherfucker. Drunk, slurring, leaning over. Goddamn, but they goddamn blonde wig. Tilted and cocked up. I'm talking about a real street bitch. And then that's the daddy's cue to raise up and puff and kick her motherfucker ass. And then she can lay down on that powder, man, on the liquor. She really feel like a hell of a bitch because she was provoked to that. Look, like I said, I don't know why I'm seeing this bullshit. That's right, son, husband, wig drunk. Slobbing, talking out her head leaning over, the wig leaning over, cocked up with some nappy hair underneath for it. Goddamn. Some black nappy hair underneath it with a cocked over blonde wig. Like you got them in Marilyn Monroe in the spirit, except this nigga hitting you with his fist and shit and whooping you like he whooping Cassie because you told your son to whoop your ass like he your damn nigga because really your daddy, your real nigga sitting inside your damn son. Look, man. Whoo! I mean, goddamn, didn't I tell y'all that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about and I don't know how I'm trying to put this shit together to explain it to y'all because I don't even believe I just seen this goddamn shit a couple of hours. Wait a minute. A couple of hours ago, I said, oh, I see what when I looked at the mama, I seen it. See, y'all don't, and kid, my baby, you know I'm down. And he kiss her in the mouth and she primp her mouth up because she's really kissing his dad. See, I have never heard anybody say this. I don't watch a psychic that talk about him. Maybe somebody has said it and just didn't hear it. If y'all heard a psychic say it or something, y'all please tell me, because then I'm fucking slow, goddamn it. I mean, because see, I never really watched them like that, but I thought something when I seen a video one time. She give mama kiss, and it was today when I seen that IV. They both getting their fluid, so that means, bitch, you was doing, somebody was fucking you too. You in the freak off too, cause why would you need the IV from being dehydrated from taking dick and being power bottom in the ass? We know Puffy did, and we know he did, and you know your son takes men's on and rapes men, and you will set bitches and niggas up to run them down. Watch them get in there. Then I see some sex trafficking too, where he got some women chained up in a basement or in a room and done beat their ass and got them with a handcuff or some rope or something tied around their goddamn wrist, so, and they feet and shit like one of them bear claw traps, so that more they move, they tear their skin down to the bone, or it'll get infected or something before it get too. But you'll call a doctor, come put them together, stitch them up, bitch. You better not tell the fuck going on, or get that bitch a nose job or face lip or whatever, and put that bitch teeth back together and shit. Bitch, you know. And then the mama looking, that's right. You know, you better not say nothing about my son, my Puff, and, you know, rub on him, his head, and that's right, daddy, and kiss him, because she's talking to that old nigga, you know what I'm saying, inside on him. You know, shit. Lord forgive me if I'm lying, cause that's some fucked up shit to say about a mom and goddamn son. I mean, y'all please tell me y'all heard somebody said it before in the ring, cause I never seen this demon. The daddy is demonic as hell. I don't know if they put the daddy in a casket in the ground, or they burnt him because she is close to him. So she sit up there and holler for him, goddamn it, like they just had his funeral yesterday. So now she's trying to decide, look, if they ain't gonna get my son out, I got to get that spirit out my damn son's body, man. I got to decide how we gonna house it, or make him off himself, cause he can't be in there that long and have my damn lover in there and my husband in there and shit. And I don't want him to talk, because he really not built like his daddy. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have a life where it got easier for him, and he didn't have to, he was willing to play that game to climb higher up in that industry. And he did climb very high up and was very successful by destroying other people. And he was their downfall and feeding off of them and vampiring off of them and cannibalizing off their flesh. Because see, some of these people's black, white, and Asian has come up missing around him. And I think people might come forward secretly about they missing their loved one, and they know that the last time they talked to him, they told him they were where he was, either in Atlanta or New York or wherever he was, and dealing in them Asian, the markets. He got a lot of babies we don't know about, by black peoples, Asian peoples, white peoples, and some of them he might not know or had nothing to deal with them, because they sell them. You see what I'm saying? They put them on the market, or he have other rich people have them girls or nannies give them away, and the rich people get them and they sacrifice them and shit. And I just see these girls crying, and he tells them to shut up if they don't want to give the baby away. They don't know that when he's fucking him, they think that he care. Really, the nigga's fucking them because he already done picked them out and lined them up to be a goddamn surrogate. That's all. And they think they special, and they not. Now, see, this is the other thing that by his DNA I see. He needs his medicine. Some kind of medicine he take that's tied to some sexual transmitted diseases, and it's one of them. It's more than one of them. These girls, he got it from a nigga and a couple of bitches, but definitely a main nigga in the industry that might be a white man in that record industry that he called himself falling in love with, that is higher than Clive Davis, and look like he got some blonde hair. And you know what? I see his face right now. He got blonde hair and blue eyes. He sacrificed children. And I don't know if he married, but he got his own. I'm going to describe it. I ain't going to say the name. Y'all going to figure it out with y'all nosy, messy, motherfucking ass. This man here I think he got a British accent or something. He got a record label and he got an airplane line, and some of them might be space ship where they go up in space. I think that's enough for me to tell you, for you to figure out who the fuck that I'm talking about. I think his last name is Branson or something. I ain't gonna say nothing. Oh, somebody done put it in the chat. God damn it. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Like, he have male lovers too, and black men's. White and black men. Somebody, it might not be him. I'm gonna allow him, but I don't know why. Just as plain today, that man came in my face. He called himself in love with this white man, but the man didn't want to be like committed to him or be seen out. Now I don't know if y'all can Google it or find information where you ever seen any evidence they know each other or done met or hung around. Email it to me, goddamn it, because I don't think the man want to be seen out there. But I think with his lifestyle, you can kind of tell something wrong with him, because I ain't kept up with him in years. Do he have a wife and children? Because if he do, that's because he want to set that up for his estate, or have some children or wife, or have that life. But underneath that, see, that's just for the media and the public. He really don't want to come out to mess with men. See, he really don't want to come. Look, like I said, man, this is for entertainment purpose only. I don't have any proof of this. I see this in the spirit. And I really didn't want to see this, but it kept coming to me. So I'm putting this out with him. Some of these rich men of different races, he done got something from them. He take his medicine, they take their medicine. And he's the type of motherfucker. I don't see him wearing a condom with everybody. And he deliberately will pass that shit at them parties because he took a demonic oath. And in order for him to get power and to oppress the elite and Epstein and Jay and Bay and all these types of people, because they in it too, you have to kill people, you have to sacrifice them, you have to have a certain amount of demonic pregnancies, and you have to spread a disease. That's why all of them got the same kind of disease. And see, if you look in some of them rappers' ass, and some of them singers' ass, and you test it, they got the same DNA that James Cleveland, R. Kelly, and Diddy got in their ass. How does that happen? Because even though James Cleveland dead, the people he was fucking kept fucking other people. And the people that he fucked and passed on, you know what I'm saying, that shit built up in them. And then they had offsprings and children. They might have fucked their own son or their daughter, goddamn it, and fucked somebody else's son. They inside of there, because you have to understand, a lot of these people in this industry, they have a name change. So you don't know who they really are. And because they are the child of a famous person or celebrity, they automatically, if they grew up around them and it was acknowledged, they get jobs, they absorb themselves inside of the industry. And you don't know that that person, the education, all that stuff has been taken care of because they are the child of somebody rich and famous or somebody powerful that was also an artist or connected to him. Yeah, that's that Real Days of Our Life and Peyton Place kind of goddamn it shit. And they blend in and they don't want you to know who they are, because they are outside child, bastard child or something, but they still was taken care of because they grew up close to the family and the family acknowledged the shit. Or the daddy said, hey, acknowledge that this is what I wanted for this person. Oh, yeah. So a lot of them were molested or raped or impregnated gay, that was a part of the ritualistic abuse of the family they was in. Then they hook up with people like Puffy or different new stars and stuff. That stuff is within those circles. So the higher ups can't say they didn't know Puffy was doing that, because that's a very small industry. He was given permission to do that by the higher ups and to supply them in order for you to please Satan and get your demonic reward. So a lot of them fuck each other. They bring people in. Yes, they bring civilians in, regular people, you don't know about it, but only ones they can manipulate and control that will get down with the get down and get them babies and the lifestyle, in exchange for that, they fucking raw and fucking his friends and shit. And a lot of them women's, I see it. They got the DNA on them because the demon is telling me, because certain viruses and diseases belong to certain demons. So they'll tell, that's how I know They showing it to me, and this may come out. I said that about R. Kelly, that he had herpes. I seen his medication. Then Tasha K came out because the girls was talking to her and me, people giving her information, and they were saying, and I ended up talking to the girl mother who lived in Atlanta, Jocelyn. They said Jocelyn had it, and she was mad at her mother because her mother told the public and was warning people about it. He would get somebody to get the doctor to get a prescription, not put his name on it, put somebody else's name on it. Then he would distribute it to the girls that came up positive for the herpes. Well, when I'm telling you, I see herpes here, and I see HIV, I see other STDs, like gonorrhea and shit. So some of these women might have the trifecta, goddamn it, they got a 3-in-1. They got 3 viruses, but then they hurry up and, keep it hushed up. The ones you can cure, you cure. But he is other people, it's men's and women's. Hopefully they come out and we hear these things and them end up suing him for this here. He needs to get his medical attention on a regular basis. They said they got him isolated, and I'm sure they give him his med. They're going to have it over there in Homeland and all that. And, they'll see if somebody comes out and sues him and publicly says that he gave it to him, they can test him to see if he has it, as well as they can check the DNA of the strand to see if it matches his. And I'm kind of afraid, like I say, hey, I could be getting the wrong information, but if I'm right, this is going to come up. If he has had people around him that have fucked him on a regular basis, and they he maintains their lifestyle and they got it, that means he makes sure they have their prescription and stuff. And even if it's not on a regular basis, just having a freak off, they say they go on for days, and he's raping men, and the men are asleep, the women's asleep. They don't know if they use a condom or not. They don't know who, had sex with them, and if the person was infected, because they take their medicine and eat and stuff, and all the money he got. You're not going to be able to tell unless you can just really look at them, pick it up, and you're like, I don't give a fuck who he is. It's something about this motherfucker that I don't want to fuck him. Shit. And they back up. But a lot of these people don't have a choice, because if they don't want to fuck him, as women say, he beat them up, and there was men around and raped them, along with some other artists that was with him. Or they eat and they think he's taking them out on a date, knocking them out. They drinking. You see, there might not be alcohol, it's just water. And they wake up and they got something they don't want, a baby and a motherfucking STD. It's a lot of people don't had abortions fucking with him. Oh boy, this is not. Yep, he blackballed him and said on all these men and the actors. Why you think a lot of these people scared? And like some of the people that shouting him out, like Bootsy. See, I wonder if somebody having him in the ass. You see what I'm saying? Why are you shouting out Puffy or taking up for him? Somebody's been accused of this, and these other ones is quiet and shit, because they don't want nobody to tell on them, and they hoping why Diddy in there, he keep it together, or they heard him give his ass a bond and shit, because they don't want, especially if it's somebody supposed to be macho that y'all women look up to and see them perform with muscles and shit, like LL, and then y'all find out this nigga really is a goddamn bottom and shit, and that's how they got where the fuck they got. See, they, they shaking. They don't want to come out, and that they was fucking with little cheermans. See, beat somebody to death or beat somebody up, and the person couldn't tell. And now the shit is wide open for any and every goddamn body to tell, since they holding this dragon up there in that goddamn cell. That's an animal full of demons. And now the mama panicking. She might come out and say something wrong with her health and shit, and her heart, because her son, I don't know if that's her only son, but we know that's her favorite one, because they demons together and set motherfuckers up and entice and lure motherfuckers in to be slaves to the industry, gatekeepers to the industry, and be over the people that really don't have no power, and keep them suppressed like that. My son had got out of jail, like in 2014, 2013, 14. He showed me the messages, man. He was on Facebook and somebody from Puffy's team, because he had started doing a little rapping and showing he could rap, and he wanted a deal. Some of the agents or scout, recruiters and shit, they went on his page and was talking to him. He was putting his music out. I was taping him, taking him to the studio, and they said, "I like that. You real talent. I work for P. Diddy, and we want to talk to you. I'm hitting your DM about, you're getting you a rap career. Getting you started. I like your style." And he said, "Who I got to talk to, you and who?" He said, "And how many dicks I got to how many dicks I got to suck?" They tell me, "You little young, disrespectful little motherfucker." What you mean, how many dicks? So you know what I'm talking about, goddamn it, fucking with Diddy. How many dicks I got to suck, man. My mama told me about you, you little ungrateful little disrespectful little motherfucker. And see, now you see what I said, goddamn it. You see what I said was true. Now he's, which he didn't, "Oh, mama, you lying," or whatever. And then he could see something too. He said, "Mama, did it look like a dick sucker?" I said, "Don't you take your motherfucker, because the first thing they're going to do is get rid of me. Goddamn, they ain't going to want me around, because they know I ain't finna be one of them industry mamas like his mama and be up there in the book and shit and fucking to get my son no damn deal. And I ain't finna fuck my damn son." I said, "He's a dick sucker." He said, "What, my?" I said, "Don't go over there with his crew. Don't talk to nobody." And he hadn't tried to talk to nobody. I said, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? You're a hot young nigga, goddammit. Red nigga, hazel eyes and shit, curly hair. Goddamn it. You wanna get off on your own, girl. I'll be sure, you know what I'm saying, how he got him. See, he ain't came out and said nothing, so I don't want to say nothing about that man. But shit, they said, you know what? They said that Jaguar said that he had Christopher Williams sucking dicks. But see, I see Christopher Williams, he married and got children. I think he got grandchildren and shit. But I don't know. When I look at Christopher Williams, like he done been through something, like he's sick. Either he's sick or he been sick. Al B. Sure got that same goddamn it look. See, them the one did it like right there, you see, because he think they all punks, but all pretty niggas ain't punks. But I'm really wondering, did they want to have Al? Did they ask Al B. Sure to audition in his ass, and Al B. Sure didn't want to go along with it? And there was Kim, baby dad and shit. They got pretty son together. They got one or two. Next thing you know, Al B. Sure up there fucked up. Can't breathe by itself, goddamn it, on life support. I know Diddy did that shit. Now, I know Diddy had something to do with that goddamn it shit. I don't know if he was jealous or think he gonna get back with Kim Porter, or you're jealous of your child and shit. Probably want to have him in the ass, because that's just what he fucking do. To get shit on people, to break them and manipulate and control them, to make them feel weak. I'm talking about this fucker here is the devil. You hear me? Satan himself, goddammit. And they need to call this motherfucker legion, because this motherfucker got a legion of demons around here, and it's he want to defile as many people as he can. They had them fucked up, mental problem, tormented while they're alive, and bust hell wide goddamn open.
All right, you all, we are doing a listening party. We are listening to Alexis K. Tyler, Celebrity Reads. She is a psychic, intuitive medium, and she is definitely opening up this Diddy case like he was opening up them men cheeks. Okay, now listen here. We are definitely going to put Alexis K. Tyler's link in the chat so y'all can go over, give her a follow. Also, she does altars for Nipsey Hussle, for those that have crossed over, for those that want to come and visit her. So she does take donations. Now we're about to get into this next clip. This next clip is going to be
Peace,
Alexa,
I'm your host, Alexis K. Tyler.
and she's going to introduce herself and let you know what's going on. Diddy's sick, junkie, will go bankrupt, lawsuit or disease, injury, death, violent on son.
Tyler, I'm going to get into some stuff about Diddy. I'm not going to stay long. I've been busy the past couple of days and I've been tired. So I have to, get my rest. I'll try to come back with you all tomorrow and say hello to you on camera. Um, you know, something has been bothering me about Diddy in this case, and I know that, a lot more will continue to be going on with this case and situation and coming out. And I'm just grateful that it's coming out because it's confirmed what I had said Nipsey told me for the past 5 years, starting in 2019. I'm looking at some other things going on. They said he was on suicide watch yesterday, but then his lawyer said he was not suicidal and he was fine. That's just a precaution that they take for everybody. I guess a celebrity or people that have not been in jail before. So I didn't know what to think. So I really didn't focus on like watching the news shows about him being suicidal. And then usually narcissists, they don't commit suicide. Some of them might, but he's a supreme narcissist. So they think they're the smartest, and he's a psychopath and a sociopath. So they usually think they're better than everyone, smarter than everyone. You know whose picture just popped in my head? He reminds me of also Ted Bundy. He those types of serial killers that are attractive and people are drawn into them. They seem very charming and very calm and mild mannered and soft spoken and very intelligent. They usually think they're smarter than everyone and better than everyone because they usually will target a empath. They won't target another narcissist. They won't target someone that's just as treacherous and cold blooded like them. They usually will target someone that has morals, family values, religious values. They believe in right and wrong, good and evil. They're very forgiving and like Cassie and every other woman that he picked, except for J Lo. Now I'm really trying to understand because she left him and did not come back, and I'm not sure if he ever beat her or if he raped her or had her in any kind of freak offs. But they're saying that Kim's diaries talk about J Lo and all of these other people. They're also publicly admitting, I think in the baby, the rapper said he personally met uh Beyonce at a freak off with Jay-Z, but we know that they came to the parties. The Kardashians came to the parties, but now we know for a fact what was going on. Like someone said, when they walked there, Diddy came to the door with just a robe on. And everybody was already high on ketamine and coke or tunchi or something else. So they was already in there fucking. And he said, I don't think it was the baby, it was someone else. I forgot who it was. I saw a couple hours ago. He said those rappers and singers he looked up to, he recognized them and immediately lost respect for them. And see, I remember saying this in the past 5 years, and plus I heard it a long time ago, like 20 years ago. It's this man, and they tore him down and did what they could to have his videos taken down. Yash Kara, he was speaking about this because he was talking to the industry about getting a record deal back then to 2004 2005. And he said he was saying this then that you go to those parties, you would have to bend over, and he wouldn't do it. And everybody said he was jealous and mad because he didn't get a record deal and he was just lying. But these are a lot of blind ass people. Like, we still got a lot of blind ass people now who just don't have the vision. So because they don't think it and they can't imagine it, and they look at these people as above human, they're superhuman, then if they don't see it, you're lying. It doesn't exist. And when Nipsey came in here, just like King Von and all the others came in here, they all told the same stories. I was saying I saw them. All these black, even Bobby Hemmett mentioned this shit, 20 years ago. He was like, you see all these good looking black men going into Hollywood. They won't let them be men. They want them to put on a dress. And especially if they're attractive, they want them to be homosexual. And it's just people, either they don't want to believe it, but yet they won't do their research to prove that you're wrong. And then some of them really want that shit so bad. If they could, they'll take their ass out there and bend over. God damn it, just won't motherfucking tell nobody. You know, speaking of that, thank y'all. I saw it too. I ran across it. There is a picture, just like I had fucking said, they know each other. That man, that Branson man, that billionaire white man, and Diddy together. And he was up there, like, I think they was in the swimming pool playing, and also Richard Branson was playing with Obama in the swimming pool and shit. I ain't gonna go no further. But we see how all these men get down. If you want to be up in that club, $1 million club, $1 billion club, you want to be a high ranking actor, any type of celebrity that ain't even really goddamn famous or talented, like the Kardashians, they really have no talent. But they are in there, and they are agents, and they are spies, and they are the internal prostitutes to the penitent prostitutes, spiritual sexual prostitutes that'll put them in there, and they know they will hold their secrets, and they will be in there until death do you part, whether you like it or not, once you take the oath. Or they have a powerful, very occult family. Her mother is a very powerful occultist, top-ranking witches. They all are. And that comes from their bloodline. Okay. I was looking at this, and I saw that I had mentioned this before, that I seen these black actors. Some of them, they don't even be working. You don't see them on no movies on no regular basis, but to keep them going, a lot of times those rappers, rappers, and those black actors that you see them in like low level nigga movies, or they don't really go no further, or comedians that used to be real goddamn it hot, because Richard Pryor, that was my favorite goddamn comedian since he was out when I was little. I didn't even know what the fuck a lot of that shit was. He talking about women, pussy, digging out. But this motherfucker was funny to me at 6 and 7. This motherfucker had me cracking. It was him. I loved Richard Pryor. We know now from what he said and what that other black producer and writer, that they didn't want to give him his credit. He worked with Richard Pryor and was known in all those circles. Mooney. Was it Mooney? Mooney? I think it was Mooney. They were up there at that roast, and he was saying at a certain time he had been with his first faggot and wanted to marry him, but they had to get a sex change. So we knew from back then, and Mooney seemed very gay. Even though he got children and got Mooney twins, he seems extremely gay. So we already know how they get down out there. I mean, that energy was all over him. And I remember one time I seen him down here in Atlanta with two pretty women. I think they were women. And they were on each side of him. I mean, and gay was, I mean, from top to bottom, he was like a goddamn woman with some chapstick or some grease around his goddamn mouth. And some goddamn shorts on with some damn combat boot on with some socks, and the damn shoes were untied. This is not what I heard. I saw this shit myself, because I used to go to the beautiful restaurant, and a lot of celebrities, rappers and shit, that's like a landmark in Atlanta, the beautiful restaurant on goddamn Cascade Road. Everybody go. I seen him over there. And I said, I just see what the fuck I just. Okay. I turned my head the other way. I see like a hot sissy. Why do I always get that energy? Very intelligent now, and would tell the truth about Hollywood and how racist it is. But you see, he stayed out there, and they did keep him relevant and working. And I think he wrote a lot of those shows, or co-wrote or produced some of those shows you think were white shows, or that white people had written. I think he was involved in writing some of those shows, and I don't think they paid him what he should have gotten paid, and gave him all his credit. Y'all, I can't see the chat. I don't know what's going on. So if you're here talking, you're saying connecting. If you're here and you're talking, saying hello to me, I'm not responding because I cannot see anybody. All I see is my lights in my ceiling. So let me make that very clear. If you think I'm ignoring you, I can't see you. I can't see anybody. All I see is a screen. I just see my ceiling. I don't know why. I just pressed a button and it took me to another page and it disconnected me. I'm sorry. So I don't even know if you all can hear me. I don't know if y'all can If I'm live to you, I mean the button at the top says live. Let me see. How do I try to press one of these buttons? No. How? Okay, top message. Let me see. All messages. Let me see. Now I see you. I see you. Hello, Cosmic Caramel, Landra, Monty, Orca, Moon. Okay, I'm sorry. So now you'll know I did not see anybody until now. If you said something to me, please don't take it personally because I didn't see anybody. I pressed one of the buttons and it said all chat, and that's how I just got to see. Hello. Um. Yeah. So what they had said to me, and I said it earlier a few years ago when this was in here. A lot of those black actors, you don't see them in movies, but they're still working on another level, like prostituting themselves to men or going to houses, almost like it is a drug house and it's a sex house. The same thing Puppet was doing, but they have some places where it's like a particular house that's designed like that. It's not, you don't want to completely call it a hotel, or it might just be in a certain neighborhood that you wouldn't expect it to be in, but it's understood the person that's hosting the parties, they get paid by wealthy people to keep that going on. And it's not like any regular person, you wouldn't even know about it because you're not told about it. You have to be in the industry to go to the party. I mean, they weighing these black men out there, baby. A lot of them will never come back to Atlanta or never come home unless they participating in a movie or working with Tyler Perry Studios or some shit like that. They not going to tell you what's going on. They on drugs real bad. A lot of them like to get high or have to get high and zone out. They go out there straight or thinking they straight, and then they have experiences with men and trannies and people hitting the bottom of they walls, goddamn it, hitting their bottom and hitting that prostate, and they coming like they ain't never came in their goddamn life, and then they turn gay. They end up getting addicted to the feeling, and they might not really be gay, associate themselves with being gay, but it's the way a man, oh my God, these black men be out there getting fisted by white men and black men. I mean, men of all races come in and they pay them and they have them high. So that's why you don't see a lot of these actors no more. They not giving them jobs. And it's not that they weren't talented, but they didn't want to give them a job. When they first come out there, they're young, they fresh, they good looking, a lot of them tall. They have a certain look of black men they like, like a Billy D. Williams look or the athletic look. Then they had the bitches, the bites, the pint size mini me type of bitches where you flip them around like Kevin Hart, and a lot of them they thought Cat was that, but Cat said, "You not turning my booty into a cat." Yeah, I'm not with that shit, because he said they invite him to the mansion party to gauge his temperature to see was he with this shit and was he fluid and there no boundaries. I mean, he seen one of his teachers, Mother Obi or somebody in there. When he seen that shit, and Cat told it in one of his jokes, they started going after Cat. Cat didn't get no more, got them a big time job, no more locking him up, and he looked like he crazy and on dope and driving around crazy trying to take his children, or put him in a position where he go to jail so he couldn't take care of his children. And one thing he said about Kevin Hart, because to me, Kevin Hart is not as funny as Cat Williams and Richard Pryor, motherfuckers like that. I've never really followed him because his jokes is, I don't know, he just don't do it for me. Them kind of niggas and Jamie Foxx and shit, and back in the day, them the type of motherfucker was funny to me. And Eddie Murphy, goddamn it ass. When Eddie Murphy came out and with Raw, he was real. I loved him. And and then he changed, he started getting his multi-million-dollar movies and stuff, and he didn't do the comedy, and he didn't do it like that anymore, and just ended up completely pulling away from it. But Cat Williams, when they got to arguing, it was a couple of years ago, he was like, I know why you get more work than me, because you be sleeping out there fucking old white men. And see, it always stuck with me, because when I looked him in the face, I'm like, I don't care how many women he married to and how many children he got, you got to pay your dues on the other side. You're going to be bi, or you're going to be gay for pay. And I just always believed that shit. I believed that shit by Kevin Hart, man, because he wasn't that funny to me. And they can prop you up and do that AI technology and put hits on your videos and make your shit sell or buy your shit, and to make it sell. Cause I think Clive did that with Whitney Houston last album, bought a lot on, because nobody was really buying her shit at that point. they basically tore that girl up and tore her voice and lungs, vocal cords up. She wasn't the same, and they basically had that curse on her. They had that spirit on her that was making her crave that shit and basically take herself out so he can go on and cash her out. A certain amount of time, cash her out, and then while Nicki Minaj and all of them was downstairs performing, she up there dead. See, and they said that she drowned, but I don't believe that. She might have been laid in there. So they want to make sure they don't have no problems out of her daughter. So they sick that fake ass nigga on her to be Bobby Christina's boyfriend who beat her ass and took her money. Then her ass dead. Getting her dope and shit while she down here in Atlanta. See it, it all tie hand in hand. Bobby ain't been right every goddamn since. I think that y'all say he's still performing, but he look like a big fat ass junkie. Goddamn it, shaped up all goddamn it wrong, shaped up like one of them bullfrog on them old Budweiser commercial. Ribbit, just fat as hell. But like he's fat as hell in one goddamn it spot, like in the middle of his goddamn body. Swole all up and shit. Got heart problem, goddamn it. He might have congestive heart failure. Got a circulation problem, high blood pressure problem and shit. Just look all just fucked up. And that woman he with, that's his handler, goddamn it. She up keeping him fucked up. Her and her lover and her handler, because they got policies on his goddamn man. It's a matter. You go back and look at them old Budweiser commercial with them fraud were on now. Little at the bottom and big at the goddamn top. And big round, like somebody done fucked him and got him pregnant and gave him some fucking fertility medicine. Like he pregnant with goddamn quintuplet and shit. Fat as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what. It's a lot of shit on him. I'm not gonna say that they don't put a lot of shit on him.
All right, you all. So listen here. I'm going to end it right here and we'll be right back. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. Come right on back for the listening.